What is up, guys? I'm your friendly neighborhood web war fanatic, and we have a new hero review for Fantasy Flight Games for Marvel Champions. We're on the website here, and we have Wonder Man here. I was sitting here refreshing, so let's go over the new hero here. So simply wonderful. We have Wonder Man right here, and yeah, let's check out the new character. So hey, aren't you one of those guys from Beach Volleyball Bros Part 2, Kate Bishop? I don't really get the reference. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know what that means. So this is Simon Williams here, the former industry rival of Tony Stark turned superpower movie star. First got his powers by agreeing to undergo an experiment crafted by the Masters of Evil. Ooh, okay, so that's a huge callback to the recommended module with the Claw scenario from the core set. After meeting and subsequently being defeated by the Avengers, he changed his ways and became a good guy, I guess, Wonder Man. And then Fantasy Flight Games is excited to announce the new Wonder Man Hero Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. Alright, guys. So, yeah, here is Wonder Man, Simon Williams. And then he has 2 Thor, 1 attack with the Asterisk, and 2 defense. Okay, so I do want to go over the ally card for Wonder Man, because I heard that he's actually a big pacifist. Like, that's kind of like his theme as a character. He doesn't really want to fight unless, like, he has to, right? So this is the ally card for Wonder Man in a leadership aspect that came from the Captain America Hero Pack. 2 cost ally, 1 Thor, 3 attack, 3 hit points. Very, very good stats for a 2 cost ally, but he has an asterisk with his attack, whereas an additional cost for him to attack, you must discard 1 card from your hand. So I was kind of expecting him to have 3 attack here, but it's only 1. But let's see what his thing is here. Power recycling. Wonder Man gets +1 attack for each card tucked under Ionic Physiology. Okay. And then force response, after Wonder Man makes a basic attack, discard each card tucked under Ionic Physiology. Okay, so it's not really that bad of a thing, it seems like, right? You have to build his attack stat up, but it's not you have to discard a card from your hand. So that's like not as bad as like that, but it seems like the attack would be a little bit inconsistent if he makes a basic attack, but there are ways to attack outside of basic attack, especially like in aggression, like a quick strike, or cards where you can like exhaust yourself and use attack stats to thwart, right? So like smash a problem. So I think that could be cool with Wonder Man. I'm just noticing right now he has the printed aerial trait in addition to the Avenger trait. So I wonder if he's gonna have some more aerial support and really build out aerial stuff here. For his Alt Ego, he has 3 recovery. That is the norm. Oh, I realize he has 12 hit points here as well. 5 hand size in hero form, 6 hand size in Alt Ego. So that, regular hand size with above average hit points is pretty nice. And then right here, he has the civilian trait. And then Ionic Energy Being. You may include events with the printed energy resource icon from any aspect in your deck. Wait, guys, what the? I should have read this first. This is, wait, no. You may include, okay, events. It has to be events. You may include events with the printed energy resource icon from any aspect in your deck. So, man, and then setup is to put the Ionic Physiology into play. All right, I need to, like, just take things, like, one step at a time, guys. That feels so powerful right now. With events with the printed energy resource, I feel there's so many things you can do with that. Although I can't think of anything right now off the top of my head. I mean, yeah, I know repurpose is an event. I was thinking about just like in every single deck putting like energy barriers in repurpose, but energy barrier, that's an upgrade, right? So we can't put that, it has to be only events. Let me know what's like the first events that comes to your mind with the printed energy resource icon. For me, it's probably repurpose, but I feel there's a lot of cool synergies that he can probably do with that. So I want to know what this Ionic Physiology card does here. Okay, so here are close-ups of his art, and then Ionic Physiology. Okay, what is this? So it comes out in play. It's superpower, permanent, max 3 cards tucked here. Okay, and after he attacks, we have to discard all of them. It's a force response, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's check this again here. As a response, after you play an event with the printed energy resource. Okay, so he's gonna synergize with events off energy resources, right? Oh man, I don't really like the event stuff, but I like the printed energy resource stuff. Tuck that event from your discard pile under this card. So after you play an event with the printed energy resource, you can tuck it from your discard pile. So it has to go to your discard pile, and you tuck it underneath this card, and you heal 1 damage from your identity. So this is just like a straight up bonus, right? So after you play an event, you just get a positive effect after that, but then he also gets +1 attack. So he can get up to 4 attack there if you can play enough energy events. But after he swings, you discard all of them. So probably, I don't think you really want to ready up with Wonder Man that much, right? Unless you're like not basic attacking with him. because I mean he has a Thor staff too, which is already really good. But yeah, he can build it up to a 4. He can like punch really hard, but then he'll lose all that the attacking stuff, and then he'll drop back down to 1 because he loses all those tuck cards under the Ionic Physiology. Yeah, I keep on thinking about repurpose. I don't know if it would be that good with him because every single time he makes a basic attack, you have to discard all the printed energy resource tucked under here, so he'll lose that attack again, even though repurpose is building his attack up. Probably repurposing for thwarting, I think would be really good. He could be like a massive thwarter with repurposing that, I guess, but I think we want to use the attack stat, right? So yeah, maybe that's not the best strategy with Wonder Man. And then let's see, it also huge identity, right, which we saw, and then it builds up his attack stat. Okay, so he gets a lot of events, right, with his alter ego, deck building ability. I really love heroes that do that. Sentry. Okay, let's not jump ahead yet. Okay, so he's gonna be Injustice with the Sentry ally. If you guys watch Thunderbolts, let me know down in the comments. That was a really good movie, really cool. Okay, let's just read this first. So okay, he has this. Okay, so active altruism. So it's a 0 cost event, and it is an energy resource here, so we can tuck it. I believe it's not just aspect cards, right? It's energy, anything with the printed energy that is an event. You can tuck under here. Yeah, okay, cool. So active altruism is 0 cost event. Hero action thwart. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Remove 2 threat from that scheme for each energy resource you overpaid for this card. Okay, so you could just pay 0 for it and remove 1 threat. That can help out at times. And then you can do remove 2 additional threat from that scheme for each energy resource you overpay for the card, up to a max of just 2. So you pay 2 energies for it, it can remove 3 threat. Okay, yeah, that's not that good actually. I mean, the versatility is good, right? So you can choose to remove 1 threat, 2 threat, or 3 threat. So I like having that to make the cost cheaper, like 0 cost, 1 cost, or 2 costs. But you are restricted to overpaying with energy resources, so you don't have that. I mean, I'm assuming you're playing Wonder Man, you'll have a bunch of energy resources in his deck, right? But interesting event here for sure. I don't think it's that great, but it adds some versatility. And his attack event looks like Ionic Blast. Ooh, 1 cost. Is it similar? 1 cost event here. Attack and superpower. Hero action attack. Do 3 damage to an enemy. Okay. Then do 2 additional damage to the enemy for each energy resource you overpay for the card. Up to a max of 3 this time. But so the bare minimum for this one is 1 cost. Okay, 1 for 3. I mean, that's pretty decent. And then if you do 2 costs, it's 5 damage. Okay, that's pretty good. If you do 3 costs, it's 7 damage. Okay, that's a little bit under the curve. And if you do 4 costs, it's 9 damage. Okay, so it sounds like, I mean, he's a good resource sink type of hero, right? Because then you can just put in more resources in, his attack and defense events. But if you're struggling on resources, it's not going to be super duper efficient. Yeah, it's okay. It seems like he has a lot of versatility, but just like his highest output is not the most efficient thing. But let's see how his economy is if we get any economy cards. They scale to the amount of extra energy resources you use to pay for them, while Starstruck, 1 cost event, attack superpower. Okay, he has another attack event here. Oh man, I need Villain Theory to tell me how many cards of this he has. This is 7 out of 16. What is this one? 5 out of 16. So I'm guessing he has 2 copies of Ionic Blast in his kit. And this is probably going to be his stronger, like his big burst damage, it seems like, if you want to do like big, paying 4 costs for this card to do 9 damage. What's interesting is that with this one, the first resource that you use for it, can be like a mental or a physical resource. It does not have to be energy. But if you want to do extra damage, those will have to be energies, right? Okay, what's Starstruck here again? Hero action attack, do damage to enemy equal to your attack. Oh, I really like that. If you overpaid for this card with the energy resource, stun the enemy. So you pay 2 costs for this. You can, okay. I mean, the stun, I think, gives them some versatility. If you want to stun, if you don't want to stun, then you don't do it. So I think the stun is nice, especially if it's, but you have to pay 2 costs for it, right? So you have to do 2 for a stun, and at most, it's going to be, no, not at most. Okay, so do damage to enemy equal to your attack. Wonder Man can get up to 4 attack by himself, but if you give him like a combat training, and there's another new aggression upgrade with the Black Panther art on it, you can build his attack stat up even higher, get him to like 6 attack, give him like the specialized training upgrade, the combat training to give him to 7 attack. So if you can build up his attack and then not lose those, those tuck cards, then I mean this could be potentially 1 for 7, which is pretty crazy. So maybe we just have him thwart and just keep. Yeah, I mean that might be the way to play him here, right? To just build out his attack, get him to 4 attack, have those 3 tuck cards underneath the Ionic Physiology, and then just use cards like smash the problem and stuff like that, or just use his and for his basic activation, use thwarting, right? Just thwart with him or defend or something like that, and then play those cards to do damage. I think that could be a very very fun way to play him. But you know what I'm thinking about right now? I feel like his obligation is definitely going to discard the tuck cards underneath the Ionic Physiology, which will mess up that gameplay. But I mean, it's not that difficult to build this back up to 3 because his events are so cheap, right? So you can just play this for 0, not hit the kicker, don't overpay for it, and just tuck it underneath. And then same with the Ionic Blast, same with the Starstruck, right? So they're all very cheap. It's a very, very cheap kit, which is pretty cool. So you can like pay more for it to get that versatility, but you can also just not pay a lot for it if you don't have the economy, like if your hand size has been getting discarded and stuff like that. They combo well with his signature resource card, Energy Siphon. Okay, so it's a resource card here. Only 1 energy here, though. But as a Hero Interrupt, when you spend this card, take up to 3 damage. No! This card generates 1 additional energy resource for each damage taken this way. Okay, so one thing to note is that this is only this effect can only be used in hero form. So you can still spend this card in Alter Ego as 1 energy resource, which is really good. But if you're in hero form, you can take up to 3 damage, and this becomes a quadra resource because 1 additional energy resource for each damage taken. So 3 plus the 1 energy here, right? The printed energy and plus 3 more. Quadra resource. Okay, you do have to take 3 damage. Okay, you do have to take damage. But I mean, he has 12 hit points. So if you get this like on turn 1, you can just pay out for like an Avengers Mansion. Okay, that's pretty crazy. I wonder if he has 2 copies of this card in his kit. Energy Siphon is pretty insane. I mean, 3 would be even better. So wait, okay, let's look at the little things again. 10 out of 16. What else do we got? Jet Belt. Is that the next card? 13 out of 16. Could it be 10, 11, and 12 is the Energy Siphon, guys? I mean, at worst, like, okay, at worst, it's just an energy resource that you can use. But then you can just take 1 damage, and it's a double, right? So, like, 1 damage is not that bad. And a double resource, I would happily pay a double resource to take a damage. So, like, Wonder Man right now looks extremely versatile in how you can, like, play around with this kit to, like, pay for more expensive cards or cheaper cards. And you can fiddle around, how much damage you want to take for this and how much you want to overpay for the Ionic Blast and the Starstruck and Authority event, right? He looks very, very versatile. That's pretty crazy. What's the Jet Belt? 2 cost upgrade. It's unique. Item tech. As a hero resource, exhaust the Jet Belt and then generate a energy resource for an event. Okay, so only a resource generated for an event. Wait, what is this? Exhaust Jet Belt and discard a tuck card under Ionic Physiology to generate a energy resource. Okay, so this can be for anything. So you can use this to pay for like a upgrade, a support, or an ally, or you can also use this to discard like nasty upgrades on the villain. So yeah, okay. So yeah, once again, very, very versatile, right? 2 different effects on his resource generator. If you need to pay for an event, you just use for that. We probably want to lean into that, right? Like if you have the event, you try to play the event with this. But then as a hero resource, if you really need to get like an ally down, you can just discard a tuck card underneath the Ionic Physiology. One thing is that it is both a hero resource, so you can't use this in Alter Ego, but you can play it in Alter Ego, which is nice. Is this the first printed energy resource on all of his cards that we've seen? I think it is. Yeah, everything has been energy so far. And Energy Siphon. Yeah, of course, that's energy. Yeah, so this is the first non-energy card in Wonder Man's kit. I wonder if it's the only one. And it makes sense that's mental because it's like a tech thing, right? And then we also have his title card, Mr. Hollywood. 1 cost upgrade. Okay, this is a wild. No! Oh, no. Okay, it's only for overpaying. So 1 cost upgrade. Generate a energy resource to overpay for card limit once per card. Okay, all right. Wait. No, what? Okay, my mind, like, I'm going like back and forth. So first I was like, okay, this is so broken if he has a resource generator, right? In addition to the other one that we just saw to pay for like any card, right? Okay, I was like thinking like that's too powerful. But then I was like, no, wait, it's not that good because it's only for overpaying for cards. So basically the only time where it's really going to be that useful is whenever you're paying for Wonder Man's own cards, right? Like that's going to be the primary use for a card to overpay. But then it says limit once per card. which made me realize this does not freaking exhaust, guys. He has so much energy because this doesn't exhaust. So like, if you're playing multiple events, you can use this every single time. It's like a free thing. So this automatically makes the Thor event that I said, wasn't that great, really, really good. Because if you have the Mr. Hollywood down, and let's say you play, two Thor events, right? Well, you can use that energy for both Thor events in that same turn. So it's automatically doing, one plus two additional threat. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. And I misread the card. Two additional threat from the scheme for each energy resource you overpay for this card to a max of 2. So this can actually do, if you pay 2 costs for this card, you're taking off 5 threat. So actually, this is insane. And it's minimum, if you have your Mr. Hollywood title card, it's going to do, 3 threat removal basically for free, right? Because you just play this card, it's a 0 cost event, and you're going to use the Mr. Hollywood. You basically lose nothing because it doesn't even exhaust. And then it's going to, for a 0 cost door event, you'll be taking off 3 threat, which is insanely good, right? That's really good. Yeah, and I misread this earlier. So it can, if you pay 2 costs for this, it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threat removal. Okay, yeah. He's super powerful. He is broken, guys. Wow. Okay, a lot of versatility. Free economy here. He's just so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, okay, let's check out his justice cards here. We have Firebird, 2 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 hit points, but she takes 2 consequence damage for attacking. Aerial and Avenger. Okay, they're both aerial here. So I wonder, yeah, I think he's definitely gonna have some aerial stuff for justice. If you overpay for Firebird, put 1 rebirth counter on her as interrupt whenever she would be defeated by consequential damage. Remove 1 rebirth counter from her and heal all damage from her instead. Okay, so we just found more uses for Mr. Hollywood. I wonder if all these justice cards will synergize with overpaying. That's gonna be insane, guys. Oh my goodness, Mr. Hollywood, this card is bonkers. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, and then you can basically heal her infinitely and just have her. Well, I mean, she takes 2 costs of damage for attacking, so like, I mean, this is just great stats for a 2 cost ally, anyways, right? But you probably want to be thwarting with her. She can thwart infinitely if you pay for her. I don't know, like well, I guess you have to overpay like a lot, like 10 resources or something like that. So you need a lot of those rebirth counters. But like, if you have anything to like throw away, like resource sinks, just throw it into Firebird. And I mean, she can throw for a lot more. So very good ally here. Even if you don't overpay, I mean, she can throw for 2 twice or throw for 2 and then chump block. So very versatile, very strong ally here. And then Sentry here. Okay, 3 cost ally, 5 hit points, 2, 3. This is an insane stat line for a 3 cost ally, guys. This is crazy. 2 thwart, 3 attack, really good for 3 costs and 5 hit points. He's got to have a bad effect here, right? It's a force response. He's aerial and Avenger. After Sentry enters play, search the encounter deck for a side scheme and reveal it. Shuffle. If no side scheme was revealed this way, play 6 threat on the main scheme. Okay, so okay, this punishes the player if we do not know what's left in the encounter deck and we search through it and there's no side scheme. Yeah, that's really bad. I think this is very the max to his character, so that's cool to see. But yeah, he's basically a one way or another in a hero form. So this would actually be probably pretty good here for Cable because we want to tutor those side schemes. So I think he's already included for Cable because then Cable can easily throw out that side scheme as well. But obviously, if there's only bad side schemes, it can be a bad thing. We usually just want to pick like the most chill one though. And yeah, we definitely do not want to play 6 threats. So make sure we count the side schemes in the encounter deck before we put Sentry into the deck. And they are both printed energy resources here. So yeah, these cards seem built for Wonder Man. He also says, oh, it's a Justice one. Heroic Conditioning, 3 cost upgrade. Max 1 per player, but you can play under any player's control. We have Hawkeye right here. 3 hit points, and your hero gets +1 thwart. Okay, yep. Insane card. This is probably the best one of all the conditions that we've seen so far because getting the additional thwart and 3 hit points. I mean, thwart is the most valuable stat to have on your heroes, printed stats. So yeah, that's a really good card. And we have Firebird. We already looked at that. And Everywhere All at Once. It's X cost event, aerial and thwart. Wait, let's check her conditioning. Is it energy? No, it's a physical resource. Okay, that makes sense. That is not really a energy there because that one doesn't really synergize with Wonder Man's kit as well. So X cost event, this is also a print energy here. Play only if your thing has the air trait. Okay, we got an aerial authority event. Hero action thwart, choose X schemes, remove 2 threat from each chosen scheme. 3 threat instead if you overpay for this card. Choose X schemes. So you have to do at least 1, right? You can't do 0. This is kind of a complicated card. So you cannot do 0 for this because then you choose 0 schemes. So you're basically not removing threat if you choose 0 schemes. So you got to pay at least 1 for it. Then you choose 1 scheme. Remove 2 threat from each chosen scheme. So you remove 2 threat from a scheme and 3 threat instead if you overpay for the card. So if you pay 2 costs, you can remove 3 threat from 1 scheme, right? If you pay 2 costs, you can remove 3 threat from 1 scheme. If you pay 1 cost, you can take 2 threat from 1 scheme. If X is 2, then you can pay 2 costs to remove 2 threat from 2 schemes. Okay, that's a little bit more efficient. And then if you pay 3, you can remove 3 threat from 2 schemes. Okay? I mean that's still that's pretty good. I mean I think you have a lot of versatility with this card. But I think the more you overpay for it, the more efficient it gets, right? So if you have XP 3 and then you pay 4 for it, then you can remove 3 threat from 3 schemes. So that's 4 costs to remove 9 threat. I don't really know if that's like that much better. Okay, let's say you pay 5 for it and you choose X's 4 schemes. So then you pay 5 costs and you choose 4 schemes, remove 3 threat from each scheme. I don't know. I feel like it's all right. I mean, it's limited to aerial characters, but like I don't think it's really that good to really warrant that. Yeah, I mean it's a fine card. I think that I don't want to pay that much cost for it. I think it's gonna be better multiplayer for sure though. And then we have, what is this? Scarlet Witch. Oh my goodness, it's a Wanda ally for Justice Aspect. 2 cost ally, 2 Thor, 2 attack, 3 hit points. What is up with the stat line, guys? Stat line is insanely good. Force response, well, Avenger Mystic with a printed mental resource. We gotta look at the printed stuff here. Force response, after you play Scarlet Witch, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it is a treachery card, resolve its one reviewed ability. After you play her, discard top card of the encounter deck. If it's a treachery, resolve its one reviewed ability. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Okay, yeah, I don't like that at all. Okay, she's scary. Never mind. That totally warrants her cost here. I think she is. Yeah, we just don't know. If it's nothing, it's really good, right? It's just kind of like a luck of the draw. And if you scry, you make sure it's not treachery, then she's also pretty good. But like, I mean, she's just a good stat. She doesn't really have like a good effect. So like, I don't really care about taking this type of like negative effect or trying to mitigate it for just a good stat line type of character. I prefer that she has like a positive effect. That would be worth it to do this. So I probably won't run her that much unless I'm playing like a heavy scry deck. But even then, I mean, it's not like the biggest bonus, right? I'd rather do something else with her ability. So she is an okay ally, I guess. And then Strong Together. Oh, we got some aspect cards here. So this is a protection 0 cost event. Here, interrupt when a character other than your hero would take any amount of damage. If that character shares a trait with the hero, reduce that damage by your defense. Okay, so we can't just play it like ourselves to prevent damage to ourselves, but you can do that for an ally. So this can help you vulture on allies actually, right? So if your ally would take consequential damage, you can play this card 0 cost event, prevent that consequential damage if it shares a trait with your hero. It's not a defense card or anything like that, right? So you can play it anytime whenever the villain's attacking or through consequential damage or like indirect damage. So it's cool that you have the versatility for that. I think this would be very good for indirect damage as well, right? Yeah, because you can block that out. Okay, we have a 0 cost leadership event here, Unified Strike Tactic. So that's cool here with Cyclops. I like the art here. I think that's Hercules throwing vision. Here, interrupt when an ally uses a basic power. Exhaust your hero. Okay. Add your hero's matching power to the ally's power for this use. The ally does not take consequential damage. Okay, this is actually pretty good. Yeah, because basically, I mean, the big bonus here is that your ally won't take consequential damage for the activation, and it's essentially your ally and your hero, making one. Yeah, this is very, very thematic here. And it's 0 cost event, right? So basically, just spending 0 cost event to have your ally not take consequential damage. And if you want one attack versus like, for stuff for like retaliate, then this will help you do that. And these are both pretty energy resources here as well. So they work with Wonder Man. Oh wait, and you could just include him in his deck. Okay, so this is probably a part of his pre-con. I forgot about his alter ego deck building ability. Hey, I am off. I'm out of it today, guys. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, you can include these in any Wonder Man deck that you build, even if you're doing protection. Okay, so we already saw the cards, and then This is energy. Yep. Oh, we got reprint here. Bombs away. So yeah, this card I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's good AoE damage. So aerial tactic, 2-cost event, hero action, exhaust an area character you control. Choose a player. Do 3 damage to a villain in each minion engaged with that player. I think it's a decent effect. I just don't like exhausting area character that I control. But I really like the art here with a bunch of Iron Mans. And then we have Unified Strike. Okay, we already took a look at that. And all right. Yeah, all right, guys. That is Mr. Hollywood Wonder Man here. Yeah, he's definitely very, very flashy. I love the synergy with energy resources. I like decks where I have to like focus with a resource, like a printed resource in mind. February 2026. That is pretty far away. Kind of sad to see that, but yeah, I mean, he looks pretty cool. I mean, there's gonna be, and shouts to Peter for the article. Man, okay, I mean, he looks awesome, guys. He looks very, very cool. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I think he's going to be a very, very fun, strong, and very versatile hero. And yeah, I mean, I think the main card that we went with him, Mr. Hollywood, just unlocks everything and probably most of his pre-con deck as well, right? Because like with Firebird here, who gives you a benefit for overpaying for her. I wonder there's other cards in the pre-con deck where if you overpay, you get like a positive effect. But definitely, man, this card, yeah, it stays in play forever. It doesn't exhaust. It's once per card, but you can do it for every single card. Am I overvaluing this card, guys? I mean, let me know. I feel like this card's a game breaker. Like, what is? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, he looks very fun. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.